So what does money, rum, and cake have to do with business? We'll find out on the Cherene Francis Show, because we're going to learn about how we can have more financial success and how we can celebrate life. Welcome to the Cherene Francis Show. Today we have Craig Dunkerley, who is a financial success coach, CEO of Blackthorn Group, and international best-selling author. Today we're going to be talking about some of the success habits of the wealthy and how you can be financially free. Craig, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Cherene. Very great to be here.
On the show, we have so much fun talking about money.
Yes.
And I know money is a soft topic, a great topic that everybody's interested in.
Absolutely.
Everyone wants to be rich, everyone wants to have money so they can make more choices and create the life that they want.
Right.
So the big question is, what is it that the average person that's not quite sound in their finances and money management, what are they not doing, and what is it that the wealthy do? What are their success habits?
That's a great question, Cherene. And there's a number of habits that the wealthy make use of to build their financial success. But one of the biggest things that I've found and how I work with people is people need to get connected with their money. People aren't connected enough with their money. They don't know what their money's doing for them. They go in, day out, and just really don't know. But the wealthy, they know what their money's doing. They get connected with it. They start their own businesses, right, to generate those tax refunds that we'll talk about. But they also, they're connected to their investments.
Yes.
When their investments are working for them, they know they're working for them. When they're not working for them, they know they're not working for them, and they make change.
Wow.
Right? They just don't accept what is, and they make change.
Now, I want to point out something that you just said. You said they know what their money is doing for them.
Yes.
But for the average person, sometimes it's opposite. What am I doing for my money?
Right. Yes.
Can you share with us that mindset shift and how one can start looking at money as working for them rather than them always, going to clock in to work to make more money? It's almost that they're working for their money.
Yeah. And that's very true. Most people do work for their money.
Yeah.
Right? And when we talk about the wealthy people, their money works for them.
Right.
So as we really get into that, it's about working smarter, working a little bit different. Yes, you may have a 9-to-5 right now, and you may be going to that job, but what are you doing on the flip side, right? Do you have a business, right? And when we talk about wealthy individuals, most of them have a business. And when you have a job and a business, it's amazing how those tax write-offs, because of being in business, can start bringing back some of those tax dollars you're losing. So right off the bat, bringing money back in that's being lost is a great start. I like to call that free money, right? Everybody likes free money, right? If you're gonna lose it and you can get it back, that's in your pocket, and then you can start working with that money and getting it to work for you.
Amazing. I love that. So making money work for you can happen in a couple of ways, I'm assuming, and you teach on these different ways. What are those ways?
So first off is being in business for yourself, as we just touched on, right? You have to be in business for yourself because you're losing far too much money if you're not. But then from there, who is looking after your money for you? If you're like a typical individual and you're giving your money to the bank to do your investing for you, I share with people that the bank is taking 60 to 70% of the potential profits of their money.
Wow.
60 to 70%. Now, if you could change that, just that little piece, how much difference would your life be?
Oh my goodness, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's great. And so I know I've watched you speak and I've seen you educate so many people. I love what you're doing. You do events. You have a great book coming out, which we're going to talk about in just a sec. And what's so fascinating is that you kind of pull back the curtains of what we don't know and all of the things that we don't see that are happening and how we can take back that money. Now, the book you have coming out is called Pay Less Taxes, right? And I think this is a part of that. Can you share with us what your book is about and how we can take our money back?
Absolutely. So that, as I said, that's the basis of it all for me. Pay Less Tax, Put More Money in Your Pocket is the name of the book.
Nice.
And exactly that's what it's about. It's about that money you're losing to the government because you've got a job probably, and how to start a business and what things you can write off. And when I talk about write-offs in a business, I talk about how to write off almost everything. And I mean almost everything you spend, right? We're out there, we're spending money. But if we change our mindset around that spend, and before we make a spend, we figure out how does it relate to our business, right? How does it relate to our business? So I was just talking with Gordon not too long ago about my last trip to Florida. Right? I went down to Florida, and while I was there, I absolutely enjoy football.
Yes.
So what am I going to do when I'm in Florida? I'm going to go to a Miami-Buffalo football game and actually a hockey game. But did I go down for that purpose? No. I went down as a real estate investor looking at properties to bring to our clients. Many of our clients are interested in investing in Florida. So where do I got to go? I have to go to Florida and look at the properties. Can I enjoy myself while I'm there, taking a couple of games? Absolutely. Is that trip a business write-off? Absolutely. Am I loving life? Can you love life? Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love that because there are tons of tax books out there, and I'm sure they're going to have a list of things that you can write off.
Yes.
But what you bring to it is this creative thinking towards keeping your money and really understanding. I know we've talked about this before, but the intent, you talk about the intent before you go to do anything in your business. This is incredible. And so how can we learn more about this? I know you have some events coming up. You do events regularly. Can you share how we can learn more?
Absolutely. Well, first thing, you get a copy of the book.
Yes.
That would be fantastic, right? That'll be available very shortly.
Pay Less Taxes.
May 2018, that's going to be available.
Amazing.
And then our Financial Success Summit. We do that 3 times a year. It's a full day, and it really goes right from the beginning of changing your mindset around money, and it starts with the business concept, having a business. And I'm not talking about going out and, put your whole life into a business, just starting with something small, something that's a few hours a week, a few hours a month, kind of just getting rolling, right? With an intention to make money, of course.
Right.
You have to have an intention to make money. But then the day goes into where we're losing money in our typical investments, right? Where is the bank winning? Banks are getting billions of profits, and where's that coming from? It's coming from us. So in the Financial Success Summit, we then take you to how to keep that money, how to change your investing, how to manage your own money, how to get connected with it to a point you know what it's doing, and you're the one in control.
Wow.
Wealthy people are in control of their money.
Can you share with us one of the stories of someone that you've coached where they have applied all that you teach, and they've moved into being a wealthy person or having more success financially?
Absolutely. I love to actually talk about Mary.
Yes.
I wrote about Mary in the first Empowering Women to Succeed booklet. And when we talked about Mary, when I met Mary back in 2004, she was 49 years old, recent divorced, and she had no idea how she would become wealthy. She had no idea how she would even make it through retirement and be able to retire, right? So many people keep working when they should be retired.
Right.
So we got connected, and we basically met around her kitchen table every 3 months. And that's very important, because for me, if you're going to get connected with your money, you have to be consistent.
Right.
So I make a point of our clients, people we work with, that we connect with them every 3 months to keep them in that mindset. And Mary did that. She got connected, she listened to the tools, she used the tools, she started keeping more of her money to herself. And as of December 2013, she officially could call herself a millionaire.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
How many of us want to be calling ourselves a millionaire, right? And this is why we need to get a hold of this information, because there's so much that we don't know. And for sometimes we think like becoming a millionaire is so far out of reach.
Yes.
But it's just adding these simple disciplines, being consistent, making sure that you're informed and educated, and as you said, you know what your money's doing for you. Hi, my name is Cherene Francis, and I help entrepreneurs, business owners, service professionals, and anyone that's the face of their company get more clients, sales, and opportunities through personal branding. Connect with me at ChereneFrancis.com for your personal branding kit, or contact me for a complimentary consultation to create more influence, impact, and income.
Sometimes I get myself in trouble when I say, getting wealthy is easy, easier than you think, right? And it maybe isn't easy. It takes a couple of steps, but it's definitely not difficult. It's definitely not difficult. Just a simple shift in your mindset in a few areas can make a huge difference,
So what about for those people that it's not just about increasing their net worth, but they feel like they have the mountain of getting over debt plus getting to the millionaire mark? What would your suggestions be to them?
Yeah, again, for me, the foundation is always a business, right? And, it doesn't have to be a difficult business, as I mentioned already, but just imagine if you're losing $5, $10, $15, $20,000 to the government every year in taxes, what could that do coming back to you, right? What could that do? So imagine April of next year having a tax refund of $10,000, $15,000. If you're carrying credit card debt, where could that money go? It could start paying down that debt, right? Get rid of the debt. And you're very right in bringing this topic up, because so many people today are struggling. So many people, our debt levels are growing, and we've got to do something different to make a change. And getting those tax refunds right off the bat, applying it to that debt, is the first step to really getting yourself moving forward. Wow, I love that. So there is hope. There's absolutely hope.
Craig, share us a little bit about your family. I know you have a great family, and a lot of what you do is because of them, and they surround you. Can you share with us more about your family in the context of, being a business owner, teaching people, and maybe what drives you in terms of, family life, your vision for yourself?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, I love to travel. My wife introduced me to travel many years ago, and we absolutely love to travel. And it was the business that really got us to travel more. As we started to build our wealth, I remember talking to Dana and saying, if you want to travel somewhere, find a convention, find something somewhere where you want to go that I can go do some business. And she started doing that, and we started to travel, and we absolutely love traveling. My kids, they're a little bit older now. They're adults themselves now. And they all started their own businesses. When they were in their teens, they started their business. So for us, that was a great connection right off the bat, working together on their businesses. My eldest son actually worked in my company for a little while, and now he's gone on to bigger and better things for himself. But the more free time you can generate, right, the more time you can have with your family and friends. And if you're struggling to get by, then it's tough to have that time, right?
That's right, yeah. And what I love, because when you have this event coming up, the invitation that you made was, you come learn about financial success and bring your family. I loved that. And so I was like, sure, I'm going to bring my sister. And
Awesome.
make sure that we're all educated.
Yes.
And so that's what I love about what you do, is you're empowering people to take back control over their money, so that they know what their money's doing, but also they can experience the life they want. How many people want to travel more, spend time with their family, right? And it's because they don't have this money, this cash flow, and those capabilities to make those dreams possible. And so what you're doing is more than just teaching on financial success, but this is life success.
It is.
Amazing.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And, one of the things I've heard many, many times, if you only earn enough to look after yourself, who else can you help? Right? Can you help your family? Can you help others? Can you make donations to the world? So it's not about just building your own wealth for yourself. It's about building your wealth for you, your family, and those people around you as well.
Absolutely. Wow, that's amazing. Well, Craig, it was a pleasure having you on the show again. So if you want more information on Craig's new book, Pay Less Taxes, then that information will all be on our website. We'll also have links to his events that happen 3 times a year. The Financial Success Summit, you're definitely going to be there. I'm going to be there, and my family's going to be there too, so it's going to be amazing. Thanks for being on the show, Craig.
Thank you, Cherene. Always a pleasure.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Our next guest is Christine Monfriese from MonfriezRumCakes.com. She'll be sharing her story of how she leaped from her stressful job into a passion-based business. Now she shows everyone how they can celebrate life even in the littlest moments. Christine, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sharon. Glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here too. So tell me, what were you running from? What was happening on this stressful job of yours?
Oh boy. Well, I've been a bus driver for the past 10 and a half years. And I found it to be very stressful, especially during the last 2 to 3 years. And wasn't really focusing on the road. And I knew, every bakery that I drove past, I would smile and I'd say, one day that would be me.
Wow.
And I started doing research on how I can do this full time and actually quit my job. Many people thought it would be impossible. I knew that it wouldn't. And I finally made that leap, submitted my resignation, and here I am.
Wow. So I know there was kind of like a, what do you call it, needle on the camel's back situation that happened. Can you share with us what was happening for you to finally, click that it was time to go?
Well, there are a few things going on. First of all, I had a teenage son who was suffering through anxiety and depression, so that was constantly on my mind. And secondly, just the stress of waking up and going to a job that I ended up hating. And instead of, if I can say, bitching and complaining, I know that there's something that I needed to do in order to make that leap. And that's what I did.
Yeah, and so it was your time. And
it was.
And so tell me a little bit more about why rum cakes, why baking, why was that the business of choice for you?
Baking has always been my passion. I've been baking since I've been very young. I learned from my mom, and I got my very first rum cake recipe from her. So once I did get that from her, I made a few changes to the recipe, made it my own, and voila.
And then there you go, you have these wonderful rum cakes.
Yes.
Were there times when you were kind of validated that this was right for you with baking the cakes and making it a business?
Yes, I was wondering, can I really make a good business out of it? Can I survive through this? And I found out over the years that many of the older ladies who were doing rum cakes stopped doing it. And that became an advantage for me. And so I've been pushing the barriers, and I'm still pushing. I want my cakes to end up worldwide.
Wow. So here you are with a stressful job and a passion for baking cakes, and you want to leave your job, but your job was pretty comfy. How did that thought process work for you when you were thinking of leaving and going into business?
It was a comfy job. I mean, there were good benefits, good pay. But at the end of the day, I knew that I had one life. This is my life. I wanted to live it the way that I want to.
Yeah.
And if it meant leaving all those benefits and all those perks behind, then so be it. I'm in a much better state of mind right now.
Right. That's amazing. And so you took off some time and you had a process before you actually launched your business. Can you share with us what that processing was for you?
Okay. Well, before actually quitting, I attended conferences such as the Toronto Women's Expo, so seminars and conferences, going to my local library, going online, searching for information on small business. And, I gathered all that information and I knew that I could possibly do this.
And that's all it is, right? Just really going with that passion and then finding the knowledge to put it into place. And then here you go, you have these cakes. And can you share with us now what you're doing and how you're serving people with these cakes?
Okay, so Monfriez Rum Cakes specializes in spirit-infused cakes and cheesecakes. So what I brought here today is strawberry daiquiri cupcakes as well as traditional rum cake cupcakes. I operate out of a commercial bakery in Mississauga. Right now, orders are made to order, so you can pick up by appointment only. We're looking into doing deliveries as well and posting within North and South America. These cakes can be mailed out, vacuum sealed, and they'll be as fresh as ever within 2 to 3 weeks after posting.
Amazing. So that's great. And see, that's so easy. Sometimes people stress over starting a business, and if you really have a heart for it, which obviously you do, these cakes look delicious. Anything is possible.
Yes.
So, why can't we just go and get store-bought cake? There are lots of beautiful cupcakes that we can just go to the local grocery store and buy, these cakes.
Right.
What is it about your Monfriese cakes as to why we would want to go that route?
Well, a lot of the store-bought cakes have a lot of ingredients in there that you can hardly pronounce, which aren't the best for us. With Monfriez rum cakes, we have natural preservatives, which are the natural spirits and rum that are in all our cakes and cheesecakes. So, and for that, they tend to last longer. They have a longer shelf life. So this would definitely be a better choice.
Wow, that's amazing. So people can go to your website and submit an order, or how does, I know you're thinking of also shipping and doing
so they can go onto my website right now and make a request.
Yeah.
And we'll take it from there.
Amazing. So these cakes look delicious.
Thank you.
So can you share with us a little bit more about your background in cake mixing and baking? Because I know, sometimes anybody can put something together, but your story of how you started baking is quite unique. Can you share your childhood stories?
Okay, so I started when I was very young. And as I said, I got the recipe from my mom. But when I was younger, my cousin and we attempted to make almond cookies. And they came out pretty good, just a little bit burnt, but they were still edible. And I'm still continuing baking today, and which has become a passion for me, and I just love baking. I really do.
Incredible. So can I try the cakes?
Definitely. Which one would you like to try?
I want to try them all. So maybe you could share with us some of what you have here, and then I can...
All right. So right here I have strawberry daiquiri cupcakes, and I have the traditional rum cake cupcakes. So I'll have you try these ones, since it's smaller. All right. And here you go.
Okay, awesome. So this is gorgeous. Look at that. It's almost so pretty. It's perfect. So what types of, it has rum in it. So could children eat this? Is it just
children can eat it? There are small portions of the alcohol in there, so it's harmless.
Very good.
Hi, I'm Kula Selatrai, founder of NetWin Place. I'm a certified business coach, and an award-winning author of the book called Action Leads to Success. I'm putting together this co-working space for entrepreneurs to come in, connect, collaborate, and create. So this is a place where you have business ideas, you want to become a successful business owner, come and work with us. We'll help you to become successful as our member.
What Monfrieze Rum Cakes is doing now is that we serve all our products for every event possible. So weddings, parties, conferences, girls' night out, graduations, you name it. We will prepare a beautiful cake, cupcakes, or cheesecake for your event.
Wow, I can imagine just having that at even like, when baby showers, or what do you call it, those bridal showers.
Yes.
And just having, because, it's all about drinking and having fun and celebrating life.
Exactly.
But having it in your cake is another bonus, right?
No need to go to the liquor store because it's already in the cake, right?
In the cake, right? This is awesome. And so wedding cakes too, because
Yes.
I know, like, traditionally speaking, my family's from St. Vincent, but my husband's from Jamaica, and one of the traditions for wedding cake is rum cake,
Right.
which is a great perk to have at the wedding. It's different than your regular vanilla or strawberry cake that they have. I love that. So tell me more about your vision. Like, you got started. These cakes taste amazing. If you don't mind, I'm going to dig in and start looking. What is your vision for this? These are gorgeous.
Well, they are unique products.
Yeah.
And when you are in business, you want to be as unique as possible. So all my products have different flavored spirits, including rum in them. So what you have right there is a strawberry daiquiri cupcake, topped with vanilla buttercream icing.
It has glitter icing on it. It's awesome. And you want how can you ship this internationally? Because these are cakes. Is that possible?
Right. So cakes can be shipped. Not sure about the cheesecakes yet, but cakes definitely. So because they have the natural preservatives in them, they will last for up to good 2 to 3 weeks, even after shipping, because they are vacuum sealed.
This is so good. This is great. Brennan, come.
Sure.
Producer's coming on set to try it.
Wow. How are we trying with it?
Just you gotta bite this. You gotta try it.
Let me take a piece of this.
This is good.
Oh my god.
Very good. Good. Kula, come on set.
Incredible. Can I take this whole
Kula's our
thing?
sponsor.
Oh, yes. Looks
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Very nice.
It's
Wow.
amazing. Wow.
I put a lot of love into my products.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you.
Wow. It's amazing. A friend of mine, a doctor in
Melting.
Nova Scotia, his favorite is cheesecakes. So can you ship to Toronto, Nova Scotia? Sure. Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
good to
delicious.
know.
Next day morning, you'll get it.
All right.
It's melting inside.
It
You don't have
is.
to bite it,
It's
you know?
amazing.
Beautiful.
Good. Well, Christine, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
It was a mouthful. So for those of you that are interested in hearing more about Monfrieze rum cakes, definitely go out and check out our website. We'll have all of the information and links on how you can order and how you can find out more about these rum cakes. They're great.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks, Cherene.
This is fun.